What's up, guys? This is Kenya YGO, and today I'm going to be bringing you a deck profile. Quite frankly, this is one of the most fun decks I've ever played for the sole purpose of fun. I didn't actually meant for this to be competitive, but it's a little bit competitive. Um, Fair warning, this deck can be a brick. Really bad brick. If you guys don't know, cubics are a huge brick. They're known for bricking a lot. But if I say that if you build it right, it's not always a brick, and there's a lower chance for that, but it does happen. So that's a big warning out there. But if you want something fun, something that you can play with your friends, maybe take the locals as a joke, or maybe you want something new to try, I say try this. And this deck mainly focuses on OTK in your opponent. Like really big OTK. It has this monster, Crimson Nova, which happens to be the boss monster for cubics. Well, actually, I have a fusion, but we'll get to that later. So, he is a 3,000 0 defense, and his effect is actually really good. Cannot be normal summon set. It must be special summon from your hand by revealing 3 of the cubics card in your hand with different names. Cannot be special summoned by other ways. Unaffected by other monsters' activated effects, whose original attack is 3,000 or less. So that means even if your opponent were to, say, raise the attack of that monster, as long as the monster doesn't have like 3,100 or above that, or above 3,000, you're set. It honestly cannot do anything against this guy right here. He's a big beater, and later on I'll show you a combo where I can bring him up to like 10,000 attacks. It's ridiculous, but it's so fun. It's so fun. So you're gonna need 3 Crimson Nova, the Dark Cubic Lord. You're gonna need 3 Duza. So this guy right here, he's basically your search. You're gonna normal. Well, I think it's even when it's special summon, right? Yeah, normal or special summon. Once he's normal or special summon, you can send a cubic, if I'm not mistaken, card. Yep, 1 cubic card from the deck to the graveyard. It can be special. It could be trash spells, monsters, whatever it may be. But you're always gonna try to go for that one spell, or either cubic wave or cubic karma. So this is your big dumper. He's really good. And for every monster, well, cubic monster that's in the graveyard, or let me read that real quick. Alright, so if a monster was sent to your graveyard, this turn while this card was face up on the field, you can make this card gain 200 attack for each monster with a different name in your graveyard until the end of this turn. So, he gets big after dumping some monsters in the graveyard. So, up next, we have 3 Vigim. Don't underestimate this card. This card can be really powerful. Yeah, he's a 0 attack, 0 defense. What we're really going after is that effect right here. So let me read it to you guys. Cannot be destroyed by battle. At the end of the damage step, if this card battled an opponent's monster, you can place this card face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell card, and if you do, place 1 cubic counter on that opponent's monster. Monsters with cubic counter cannot attack, also negate their effects. If this card is treated as a continuous spell card by this effect during your main phase, you can special summon this card from the spell and trap zone. So, say a monster were to attack it, cannot be destroyed by battle, right? So you have 2 options: just leave it there, or you can set it as a continuous spell and add that cubic counter to the opponent's monster, and it basically just locks them out of that monster. Yep. Cannot attack, also negate their effects. So this card is very clutch. I like it. I love it. Again, this is a really fun deck. Can be competitive or just for fun. Doesn't matter. So we're gonna play 1 Garagile. We're gonna play 1 Buster Gundil, 1 Indiora Doom, 1 Vulcan Dragni, and 1 Blade Garudia. Reason why I'm playing 1 of each it's because this is your brick. These cards right here are your brick. But these cards are also what you are going to need to be able to special summon that Crimson Nova. So these are needed. Quite frankly, if you are going to use one of them, you're most likely to use this guy right here, and let me see, this guy, probably like these two. Maybe him, maybe, big maybe. And if you can get into this guy, then I guess he's your 3,000 beater. Basically, to be able to special summon these cards, you need, so for example, this guy right here. To special summon him, you need 2 cubic monsters. Does it say special summon? Just want to make sure. Yep, from your hand by sending 2 cubic monsters you control to the graveyard. So summon this way, this card gains 2,000 attack. So basically, for the monsters you need, it's basically going to be your attack. So if you need 1 monster, will be 1,000 attack. 2 monsters is 2,000. 3 monsters, 3,000, so on and so forth. And this card can also bring back Vigim. Like I said, that card is amazing. But yeah, you only need 1 of each of these, quite frankly. And then, of course, we're gonna need hand traps. We all know what these do. I don't really how to go into this. So 3 Ash Blossom. And then we are going into some technical plays. Summoner Monk. So you do have a few spells and spells. So having Summoner Monk can really bring it back. Bring out your Duza from the deck. Be able to special summon it, activate its effect, dump Cubic Karma, and then go into your place. So really, really nice card. You play that 1 Genix Ally Birdman for the purpose of bringing back the Cubic monster, so you can continuously keep special summoning as many Cubic monsters as you want. He's really good if you get him, but you barely get him, quite frankly. Such a shame. And then we're gonna go into the spells. You're gonna need 3 Cubic Karma. This is a must. You cannot change this. You cannot change Crimson Nova. You cannot change Vigim. You cannot change Duza. Those 3, you are gonna want to run 3 of those for any kind of cubic deck you're building. So basically, you dump this card into the graveyard, you banish it to activate its effect for searching, and you are gonna mainly want to search the monsters. This is what the strategy is behind cubics. So, like, it becomes a break if somebody were to ash you, but if you get to pull it off without being ashed, dude, you're so good. Or do that. So then we have Cubic Wave. Now this card is the OTK card for cubics. Basically, you have your Crimson Nova on the field, which will be big boy right here. Let's say you have a Duza, right? Let me just clean this up real quick. So in order for the effect to go through, it has 2 effects, by the way. 1 on the field and 1 on the graveyard. So let's say your opponent has I don't know, whatever. I target my Crimson Nova so that I can take the opponent's monster, half his attack, and I can basically double the attack of the Crimson Nova. And then another thing I forgot to mention. This right here is a killer combo. And it's not a once per turn. You can keep doing this continuously. So here's what you would do. You will play Cubic Karma. You will dump your 3 Vigims into the graveyard. And then you will target your Crimson Nova. His attack will rise to 5,600. Because for every Cubic Vigim sent to the graveyard, it adds, I believe, 800 attack, if I'm not mistaken, real quick. That's not it. Yeah, it adds 800 attack. So it goes up to, let's say I dump all 3, 5,600. And then you play, so this is on the field. You play Cubic Wave. And then it doubles his attack, so it'll be like 12,000 or something like that. But yeah, this is your big play right here. If you can pull this off without being interrupted, and your opponent can't do anything about it, you're set. It's an easy OTK. I've done this plenty of times. And then this has a graveyard effect. So it says you can banish this card, any number of cubic monsters from your graveyard, then target face-up monsters your opponent controls equal to the number of those banished cubic monsters. Place 1 cubic counter on each of them. So remember, the cubic counters, that's what it does. Monsters with cubic counter cannot attack, also negate their effects. So they become like nothing. It's really, really good. Like I said, it becomes really clutch. So then you're gonna need to dump your cubic karma, one way or another. You can do it with Duza, or you can do it with Foolish Burial Goods. Really, really nice card. Bad thing the downside is you can only use it once per turn. But easy dump. Can't really say much about that. You can also use it on the cubic wave for the secondary effect. Since we are running some dark type monsters, we do run 2 Allure of Darkness. Quite frankly, I barely use these, and when I do, I always get the dark monster. Well, at least for me, you know. Really good card. Self-explanatory. And we only play 1 of Call of the Grave. Quite frankly, I do not like Call of the Grave. I feel like it is a break on its own. But the meta's changing. Hand traps are becoming a whole lot more important now. You know, Ash Blossom's self-explanatory. And now it's Ghost Ogre, I believe. Could be wrong about that. But, you know, really good for hand traps. And we play Twin Twister. Because, unfortunately, even though it is not affected by monster effects, there are 3 whose attack is 3,000 or less, it is affected by spawn traps. That is the downside for this card. Other than that, it's an amazing card. So we play 1 Twin Twister. So the traps consist of 3 Unification of the Cubic Lords. This is your polymerization. I'm gonna get to the fishing card later, but this is your polymerization. Quite frankly, I don't really ever, like, I've only done it like twice to be able to use this as a polymerization card. But I really want to emphasize the secondary effect on this. So although it is a fusion for your, I think it's Crimson Nova Trinity. Basically this card gives you a free special summon from the graveyard, I believe. Let me check. Yeah, so if you banish this card from the graveyard, special summon 1 level 4 lower key monster from your hand or deck, ignoring summoning conditions. And if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card fix. So you can go into your other cubic monsters by using this card. But you'll mainly want to get this guy out as many times as you can. His send into the grave is not a once per turn, so you're gonna want to abuse it as much as you can. Very nice card. And then to break boards, evenly matched. We play 2 of those. And Red Reboot. I'm gonna play the 1 copy off because the ban list. Thank you, ban list. Alright, now we're gonna get into the extra deck. I'm gonna play 1 Black Rose Dragon, Crimson Nova Trinity. So let's talk about this card a little bit. First, you're gonna need 3 Crimson Nova the Dark Cubic Lords. That's insane. You may be able to pull it off, but it's insane. But look at the effect. It must be fusion summoned with above fusion materials and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. When this card declares an attack, half your opponent's life points. When this card destroys a monster by battle, you can activate this effect. This card can make a second attack during this battle phase. If you take effect damage, effect damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took. It's a 4,500 beater. It's really, really good. So if you can pull them out, amazing. If not, it's fine. Honestly, I barely use it, but you'll just keep it just in case. Also, I forgot to mention, if he destroys a monster, Crimson Nova destroys a monster, he's able to attack again. So keep that in mind. Then we play that number 101 Silent Honor Arc, Tornado Dragon for the spell and traps. Castell is always amazing. You can go into rank 4 plays, 39 Utopia, number 41 Baguska. And obviously, if you're playing meta right now, if you're playing in tournaments, you're gonna need this card, Abyss Dweller. Underclock Talker. Linkuriboh, because you can. Nightmare Cerberus. Nightmare Phoenix. Nightmare Unicorn. Topologic Tresbayana. Borlow Dragon. And Topologic Bomber Dragon. So let's get into the side deck real quick. So in the side deck, we have Starving Venom. He's your super poly target. It's an amazing card. You got Miss Seal. I don't know how to say that name. The Kaiju monster. DD Crow. Majesty's Fiend. Effect Veiler. Let me go back real quick to Majesty's Fiend. I am side decking this card for a very good reason. Mainly being cannot be source of summon, that's fine. Neither player can activate monster effects. Here's the thing. He has 2,400 attack. If he were to have 3,100 whatever, then this card won't be here. But since he has a 2,400 attack, because of this effect right here, my effect still goes through. Because he is unaffected by monsters with a 3,000 or less original attack. So this right here, this is a really good combo. And the reason why you play Black Rose Dragon is because you can literally just out your opponent's board. And your monster will still stay. Because remember, your monster needs to have 3,100 or more for it to go through. But since it doesn't, Crimson Nova stays on the field. The downside to it also as well, I forgot to mention, both players take 3,000 life point damages and effect damage at the end of your turn if you're playing Cubics. Only your turn, by the way. All right. Typhoon. We are also playing There Can Be Only One. Royal Decree. Double or Nothing. Super Polymerization for the Starving Venom. Hate Grenade for Spells and Traps. And number 39, Utopia Double. I did have another red reboot in my extra deck. I have to change that. But yeah, number 39, Utopia Double. You can actually OTK with this card. It's an amazing card to add into this deck. I've only pulled it off once though. That's okay. So that's my deck profile. Let me know what you guys think. Anything, any constructive criticism, anything like that, we very much appreciate it. You guys have a good one.